King Yasovarman I, the distinguished son of King Angkor I and Queen Angkor Devi, ascended the throne in 889 AD and ruled until his passing in 910 AD. Following a short period of time staying in Haralaya, he chose to relocate the capital to a different site. Where was the new capital? What was its name? In addition to establishing a new capital, Yasovarman I was instrumental in the construction of several significant temples, including Lolei, Phnom Krom, Phnom Bok, Phnom Sandok, and one more temple, Phnom Bakheng. Why was it built? What are the special things about this monument? Khmer temples and nature will answer all your wonders right now. Phnom Bakheng, a mountain of Bakheng, serves as a significant temple mountain located in Siem Reap province, the Kingdom of Cambodia. Constructed during the late 9th to early 10th centuries under the reign of King Yasovarman I, who ruled from 889 to 910. This Hindu temple is dedicated to the deity Shiva. Notably, Bakheng Temple predates Angkor by over 200 years and once functioned as the principal temple within the Angkor region. It was a central architectural feature of a new capital called Yasovarman, the city that bestows glory, established by a Khmer king Yasovarman I when relocating the court from the earlier capital Haralaya, situated approximately 13 kilometers to the southeast of modern-day Siem Reap. The city of Yasovarman was surrounded by a 4-kilometer-long enclosure wall and bordered by moats, which measure 200 meters in width and were situated between the parallel embankments that served as elevated causeways. With 4 access entrances, it ranked among the largest cities in the world during its time, incorporating extensive rice paddies and cultivated lands. To ensure a reliable water supply for the new capital, the king commissioned the excavation of the Yasovarman, more commonly referred to as the East Barai. This water reservoir extends over 7,000 meters in length and 1,800 meters in width, drawing its water from the Siem Reap River, which was partially modified into a canal that formed the city's eastern moat. An inscription from 1052 AD, discovered at the Bakheng Temple in the Prachanburi National Museum, Thailand, states in Sanskrit, once Yasovarman became king under the name of Yasovarman, the able Vilma Siva continued as his guru. By the king's order, he set up a linga on Sri Yasovarman, a mountain equal in beauty to the king of mountains. Scholars suggest that this passage likely references the consecration of the Phnom Bakheng Temple roughly 150 years earlier. Phnom Bakheng is one of 3 hilltop temples attributed to the reign of Yasovarman I, alongside Phnom Krom near Tonle Sap Lake to the south, and Phnom Bok northeast of the East Barai. The construction included a protective outer moat surrounding both the mountain and the temple, with avenues extending in all cardinal directions. A raised pathway connected to the old and new capitals, initially running from northwest to southwest and then turning east to west towards the temple's eastern entrance. At the State Temple of Angkor's first city, Phnom Bakheng holds significant importance despite the dilapidated condition of many of its structures, with notable distinctions. It mirrors the earlier Bakheng Temple at Rulus, which was constructed approximately 2 decades earlier. Both feature a pyramid of ascending square terraces, complemented by a subsidiary sanctuary towers. While construction commenced at the end of the 9th century, the linga of the central shrine was dedicated around 907, and building continued beyond this date. The temple fell into abandonment after 928, but experienced a brief restoration around 968 under the reign of King Yasovarman V. At some point, likely under the reign of Yasovarman VII, the temple transitioned to a Buddhist site. A light-seated Buddha was positioned on the upper tier, though it no longer exists today. Additionally, a significant reclining Buddha was carved into the stone, with only the altars of this figure remaining visible. During the 17th century, King Rimyatapadai I, also referred to as Punyejan, ruled from 1642 to 1658 AD. Having converted to Islam, he erected a stele at the site that was later identified by Pamonshire in 1920. The stele was inscribed in Arabic. Subsequent research also uncovered a Muslim grave situated on the eastern side of the site. After Angkor's rediscovery by the international community in the mid-19th century, it took several decades for archaeologists to fully comprehend the historical importance of Phnom Bakheng. For a considerable time, the prevailing scholarly belief was that the Bayon, located at the heart of Angkor tomb, was the structure referred in the Sdokot tomb inscription. However, subsequent research determined that the Bayon is a Buddhist temple constructed much later than the previously assumed, specifically in the late 12th century. In contrast, Phnom Bakheng was identified at the State Temple of King Yasovarman I. Phnom Bakheng is a natural elevation exceeding 70 meters in height, upon which the Temple Mountain was constructed. Access to the temple is now provided by a newly built coiling walkway from the east, as the original steep laterite stairways and elephant path have been closed. Note: the temple had been accessible via elephant rides. However, it was closed in early 2020 following the unfortunate passing of a female elephant named Sombo while on duty. In the aftermath of her death, the remaining dozen elephants were relocated to the nearby Boston Community Forest, where they would be allowed to live in a more natural environment. Starting from the base of the hill, visitors can observe the original stairway, which is flanked by two seated stone roaring lions. As you walk along the natural path, after about 5 minutes, glance to your right to see the Pyramid Temple of Bakheng, a site associated with two kings, initiated by Yasovarman I and completed by Rajendravarman II. This location serves as the first opportunity for photographs and a brief rest. Continuing upward, you will encounter an old stairway that is now closed, and at the foot of the hill, two guardian sandstone lions can be seen. Proceeding further, you will reach the second stop. From this wooden terrace, looking westward, you will be greeted by the sight of the vast West Barrage, the largest reservoir in Angkor and one of the largest hand-cut water reservoirs in the world. As you continue your ascent, the temple will come into view ahead of you. Modern name Bakheng derives from the combination of Ba and Khang. Ba is the Khmer interpretation of the Sanskrit term Va, which signifies a creator, protector, and supporter of the world. In contrast, Khang translates to powerful or influential. The name Bakheng came into use among the populace following the Angkorian period, explains Angkor Kingdom Guidebook. Originally, the temple was known as Yasovarman, meaning the Lord who bears glory. During the 16th century, under King Chandrija, also known as Ong Chan I, who ruled from 1516 to 1566, numerous Buddha statues were relocated to this temple. A large Buddha's footprint was carved on the causeway in front of the temple. The shrine housing the footprint is located to the east of the monument. The Buddha's footprints were caught in three significant locations: Bakheng Hill, Gulen Mountain, and Santuk Mountain. These sites symbolize the Buddha's journey across the three worlds. The footprint on Santuk Mountain signifies the Buddha's presence in the Patala or Netherworld. The one on Bakheng represents his connection to Boloka, the earth, while the footprint on Gulen Mountain embodies his ascent to Swaga or heaven. Upon a thorough examination of the technical architecture, it becomes evident that this temple mountain features a distinctive structure. Unlike other temple mountains, it involves the meticulous chiseling of the natural hill to create 5-tiered terraces, which are capped with sandstone. The primary access point is located to the east. Therefore, we will commence our journey from that position. To the north, there exists a small structure featuring sandstone pillars that house two lingas. Remnants of the laterite enclosure wall, complete with gopurats, surround the temple complex. As visitors advance toward the summit, they encounter a modern footprint of the Buddha, centrally located along the path, which is encased in a cement basin and sheltered by a wooden roof. As you leave from the Buddha's footprint in the direction of the monument, please direct your attention to the left, where you will find a small brick stupa that originates from a later period. Near the top, remnants of a gopura within the enclosure wall of the temple complex are visible. Two sandstone libraries flanked the path, each opening exclusively to the west and distinguished by rows of diamond-shaped apertures in their walls. The eastern doors are more contemporary additions. Within the library on your left, one can find numerous statues of Buddha, all oriented toward the east. Notable among these is a standing Dwarapala, which is currently headless, accompanied by several seated Buddhas positioned at the forefront of the structure. The western door is now sealed, whereas the library on your right, despite being in a deteriorated state and requiring support from wooden pillars, remains accessible from both the east and west. The pyramid is surrounded by 44 brick towers, with the primary entrance located to the east. Most of these towers feature 3 blind doors. However, the towers on the eastern side are designed to open to both the east and west. Additionally, the 8 towers that flanked the 4 stairways possess either 1 or 2 functional doors. Notably, the best preserved tower is situated on the western side. When approaching the east stairway, you will note to the left a lovely and fine sculpted statue pedestals near a foundation stone with holes. At the ground terrace, a statue of a polychrome Nandi, the sacred bull that is traditionally and religiously believed to be a mount of the Hindu god Shiva, was recently restored in front of the southern staircase. An outer enclosure is present around the hill, designed as a rectangular moat that measures 650 meters by 436 meters. Notable sections of its earth bank are still visible today. At the base of the hill, there are 4 gururats constructed from brick and laterite, strategically positioned at the cardinal points. Traces of their foundations remain discernible. Access stairways ascend from the east, north, and west gururats, although it is interesting to note the absence of a stairway from the south. The Bakheng Temple features a square design with a base consisting of 5 tiers, culminating in 5 sanctuaries at the top level, situated at the corners and center of the terrace. Each side of the base measures 76 meters square and 47 meters square at the top, while the overall height reaches 13 meters. Steep stairways are present on all 4 sides, with seated lions positioned at each step across the 5 levels. Each terrace has 12 sandstone prasads, 4 at the corners and 2 beside each stairway, with 3 blind doors and a single entrance facing east. These structures have 4 stories and are topped by a lotus pot. In 1859, Henry Mohot, a French naturalist and explorer, documented his observations of Cambodia from a strategic vantage point. He noted in his diary, steps lead to the summit of the mountain, offering a breathtaking and expansive view that likely influenced the choice of the site by the local people, who demonstrated remarkable taste in their architecture. A distinctive arrangement of 5 towers is positioned in a quincunx formation. The central tower historically housed the royal linga, Yasovarman I, to which the temple was dedicated. Each of the towers provides opening facing the 4 cardinal points. The remaining 4 sanctuaries also featured lingas on pedestals. These 5 towers designed with 4 real doors. Unfortunately, the smaller towers located to the southwest and northwest have since vanished, leaving only the remnants of the lingas encircled by collapsed sandstone. The central sanctuary is adorned with female divinities positioned in niches at the temple's corners, accompanied by intricately carved bands of figurines. The Magaras represented on the tympanums are vividly and expertly rendered. Ornamentation above the doors remains well preserved, showcasing a panel with foliated casques and heads of 33 deities. An inscription from a later period dates this temple to the year 907 can be observed on the west side of the north door of the central sanctuary. Additionally, the evenly spaced holes in the flooring near the eastern side of the central sanctuary likely accommodated wooden posts that once supported a roof. Phnom Bakheng serves as a symbolic representation of Mount Meru, which is regarded to Hindu tradition as the dwelling place of the gods. This significance is further accentuated by the temple's elevation, situated on a steep hill 70 meters above the surrounding plain. The structure exhibits a pyramid design consisting of 7 tiers, ground, 5 levels, and upper terrace, each tier representing the 7 heavens of India in Hindu mythology. At the zenith, 5 sandstone sanctuaries, varying in condition, are arranged in a quincunx formation, with one positioned at the center and one at each corner of the upper level square. Originally, the temple was adorned with 108 smaller towers strategically placed around its base and at various heights. Most of these structures have undergone restoration. Jean Philosat, a prominent scholar from the École Française and an authority in Indian cosmology and astronomy, analyzed the temple's symbolism. The foundation is rectangular, rising through 5 levels that culminate in 5 principal towers. 104 smaller towers, all opening to the east, are meticulously arranged across the lower 4 tiers, such that only 33 can be observed from the center of any given site. This number corresponds to the deities that inhabited Mount Meru. The overall count of towers at Phnom Bakheng carries additional meaning. The central tower symbolizes the world's axis, while the 108 smaller towers denote the 4 lunar phases, each comprising 27 days. The 7 low walls embody the 7 heavens, with a terrace featuring 12 towers, symbolizing the 12 years circle of Jupiter. As posited by Paul Ridley, a scholar from the University of Chicago, the monument can be viewed as an astronomical calendar in stone. By the way, a Cambodian guidebook writer, Mr. Hamsapwan, explains that surrounding the central sanctuary are 4 small towers strategically positioned on the same terrace. These structures symbolize the 4 pillars of protection that uphold the 3 realms: Patala, earth, and Swaga, the world of Devata. Additionally, these four pillars correspond to the palace of the four Loka Palace, who are the guardians of the four subdirections in Hindu tradition. Each tower represents a distinct guardian deity. The northeast tower embodies the immortal power of burning the world and is governed by Asana, the god of birth, death, resurrection, and time, with a palace known as Asanavati. The southeast shrine signifies the immortal power of fire, ruled by Agni, the god of fire, whose abode is referred to as Daichovati. The southeastern prasad represents the immortal power of demons, ruled by Nirata, the god of death, sorrow, and decay, and the palace identified as Resavati. Lastly, the northwest tower signifies the eternal power of the wind and is associated with Viryo, the god of winds and air, with a corresponding palace named Kunthevati. At the heart of this configuration is the central tower, which enshrines the Linga Komroten Chakut Recha Sri Yasovarman I. This structure symbolizes the summit of Mount Kailas, a site considered sacred as the dwelling place of Shiva. It is also believed that the body of the king may have been interred in this hallowed location. Clearance and restoration efforts commenced in the 1920s under the guidance of Henri Marchal and Henri Pamontier, followed by stabilization initiatives in 1959. The principal restoration activities began in 2004, executed by the Apsara National Authority. This endeavor is funded through the World Monument Fund, WMF, with financial backing and expertise provided by American archaeologists. According to an official statement from the ANA, collaboration between the Apsara National Authority and the World Monument Fund of the United States has been instrumental in this work. On the 1st of December 2023, U.S. Ambassador Warren Patrick Murphy joined Her Excellency Dr. Phung Sakuna, the Cambodian Minister of Culture and Fine Arts, in a formal signing ceremony to mark the commitment of a $450,000 grant from the United States. Department of State's Ambassadors Fund for Cultural Preservation, AFCP. This funding will aid in the preservation of the 10th century Phnom Bakheng Temple, located in Angkor Archaeological Park. Since its inception in 2004, AFCP has contributed a total of $4 million in 8 grants to the World Monument Fund for the ongoing restoration and conservation efforts for Phnom Bakheng. During the ceremony, Ambassador Murphy expressed enthusiasm about the new grant, noting, "This is the largest AFCP grant awarded in the East Asia Pacific region this year." The United States takes great pride in its enduring cultural partnership with the Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts in Cambodia. The Phnom Bakheng Temple is not only the cultural treasure, but also a premier destination for those wishing to witness the breathtaking Angkor sunsets. Perched on the summit of Bakheng Hill, this temple has become a favored destination for tourists seeking awe-inspiring sunset vistas and panoramic landscapes. To the east, an ancient stairway unfolds before you. Shifting your gaze southeast, you can spot the iconic towers of Angkor Wat, a UNESCO World Heritage Site nestled within the jungle approximately 1.5 kilometers away. Looking southward, the structure of Siem Reap town, along with Phnom Krom and Tonle Sap, the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia, come into view. However, the primary attraction here is to the west, where you can witness stunning sunset. This direction offers views of the West Barai, an artificial island, an old airport, and the lush expanse of rice fields. If you turn north, you will be greeted by the vast greenery forest of the Angkor town, the last and most resilient capital of the Khmer Empire. The large number of visitors makes Phnom Bakheng one of the most threatened monuments of Angkor. To this end, its opening hours differ from other sites by opening at 5 a.m. for the sunrise, and for the sunset, closing at 7 p.m. Be sure to allow enough time to walk up the mountain and end up to the top of the temple, which takes around 20 to 25 minutes. It can get busy at times, especially on weekends, so go early to secure a good spot. Visitors can appreciate Phnom Bakheng's unique design, ancient symbolism, historical significance, and the cultivating use it offers. Come and explore Cambodia, the Kingdom of Wonders.
Unfold a dream, witness the joy, a magical scene. It's a